You're listening to Popcorn Unscripted,
The podcast where we dive into movies and TV shows with no scripts, no filters, just real talk and plenty of popcorn.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm Dylan.
We're here to talk about everything we love
And love to hate.
in pop culture. So grab your popcorn
Sit back.
and let's get this show started. Alright, Dylan, it's episode 7.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we have a guest this time.
Hello. I am guest.
This is Makenna,
Hi.
the one and only.
I don't know about the one and only.
The one and only you, Makenna. One and only you. Because there can only be one you.
Oh. I don't know. Tell my other personality stuff.
Okay, so today we are talking about the bubble. You
Could
good,
you
huh?
shut up over there?
So, guys, the bubble.
The bubble.
The bubble. So it is a Netflix movie that came out in 2020 during the pandemic, and it basically shows what it was like for the film industry to be in the pandemic and to shoot movies and such. So, first question for the both of you:
Chaos.
What were your what were your guys' first impressions of the movie?
So, my very first thing that I thought of when it came on, I was like, I feel like this is going to be one of those social experiments where you just put a bunch of people in a random hotel and be like, alright, quarantine. But when I actually got into it, I was like, oh wait, this is not that. But it is so much more than that.
It is.
And having COVID and, like, having to experience being, like, by myself for 2 weeks, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
it's
very accurate.
Very, very accurate.
I can tell you right now, I beat the crap out of Arceus Pokemon when I had COVID so easily. After that, I was so bored, I restarted the game.
Yeah.
I think I beat it like 3 or 4 times after that. I
Damn.
was so bored.
Honestly, going in for me, I thought it was just gonna be one of the parody movies that was going to make fun of something, but this time it was gonna be the quarantine. It basically is, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah. Basically makes fun of what quarantine was, and
Honestly, it is borderline drives people insane, and that was a prime example.
that's
of
a
this
prime
movie.
example,
Prime
yes.
example. But I don't know if you guys know, I was reading up on this. So, like, during COVID, I think this is kind of what the movie kind of got inspired of, is like the Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
They canceled shooting Jurassic Park during 2020 COVID because someone on set got sick and they had to shut down all production.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, oh, this is they're kind of making fun of that a
Yeah.
little bit.
That mirrors perfectly with the movie.
Yeah.
It does. Especially since Cliff Beast is about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And just happens to have to shut down production also after shooting one day.
Yeah, after shooting one day because one girl went and got coffees.
For
And
80
she ended
people.
up, for 80 people, and ended up getting sick.
That would be my luck, for
The-
real.
For real.
For real.
That was just bad luck on her
You
part.
ordered an iced vanilla latte with a little bit of sickness and saliva on the side? Oh my god.
With a
here
little
you
bit of
go.
cough.
A little bit of vid. Add a little espresso shot to it, too. Let
Gives
me
a
burn
little
it out.
Gives a little bit of flavor.
A little bit.
A little. I don't know
Well, it
about a
depends.
little.
You're probably not going to taste it afterwards.
I love mucus.
I mean, you won't taste it afterwards.
God, it's the worst thing about having COVID. I was so sad. Jason was like, oh, here's some Twinkies. I was like, I hate you.
Because you couldn't taste
I couldn't
them.
taste them. He's like, I got you the banana ones. I was like, I hate you. It's my favorite ones and I can't eat it.
Can't eat it. Well, it's like Dylan's mom. She only ate my salsa the entire time
Yeah.
she had COVID.
I need to feel something.
Definitely wasn't taste.
But then again, I felt like I was on my deathbed when I had COVID.
I only got fatigue and that was it.
I was like on my deathbed. I was like down for like a good 2 or 3 days in the bed. Like I just slept through 2 or 3 days because I could not get up out of the bed.
Yeah, for me, it only gave me fatigue and also like a runny nose, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, I had the symptoms like when it usually is pollen because my
Mhm.
allergies flare up way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first time I got it, it was kind of nice I know that sounds weird, but I was working a job where I was like working like 3 months straight, and I'm including weekends, right?
Yeah.
So to like have 2 weeks off with pay.
That's like gold.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easily. The funny thing is, like the day before I got really, really sick, I told my coworker, I said, I'm gonna lick this roll around so I get COVID. The next day, I got COVID, and I was like, you know what? I think I manifested a little too hard.
Just a tad bit.
Just a little bit, and I felt horrible, like the whole process. Jason was like, "Hey, honey, you're home early." I was like, "Oh my god, I hate life. I want nothing to do but sleep." It's like, how's work? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not there.
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm
I
not
can't
here
even
mentally
talk,
or
man. Just let me
physically.
go back to bed. Give me some chicken noodle soup.
But yeah, I would say the movie is fairly accurate to all of the experiences that we've had.
No kidding.
Like, people going crazy and it, like
Starting drugs.
starting drugs. Yeah.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. How many people started marijuana or something?
I want to say it became legal around that time in a bunch
It
of
probably,
different
yeah, I
states.
think it did.
I think
Like
it
California was like, you know what?
Let's just
They're already
legalize this.
miserable. Just give them something.
Yeah. Give them something to make them feel good, you know?
Yeah, just give them something, man.
It's insane how accurate it is, though.
It is. It's very accurate. I love it so much. So how would you describe the tone of the movie? Did it strike the right balance between comedy and satire?
I feel like it was more comedy than anything.
Yeah.
It was
For
very...
us, it's very because of the way our comedy is, or
Very
Not
screwed
comedy.
up.
it's just very
but
confusing.
our humor is very screwed up. Yeah.
I remember watching this and I just kept giggling and I kept having to hold my mouth because I didn't want to like giggle out loud. And I just kept thinking to myself, like every time Pedro came on, and I know everyone remembers this from what is it, Fairy Tales? What is it? What's the podcast?
Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales.
Fairy Tales. Freaky Tales. And I was like, oh, Bailey loves that mirror scene with Pedro Pascal. Oh man, I was like, I just kept laughing because I kept thinking of like Bailey, and then I kept thinking of Dylan, of other stuff, and I just kept laughing about it.
Like, you pretty much got that when we were watching it. She just immediately goes, "Yes!"
Yeah.
That one scene.
Yes, please. The funny thing is, she's wearing a Pedro Pascal shirt.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Which
Wearing-
makes it even better.
I'm
It
wearing the
does.
Marcus Acacius shirt from Gladiator 2.
I feel like if he ever listens to this, he's like, I'm never going to Alabama.
I
Fun fact, he's already been here,
was about to
so.
say, he's already been to Huntsville and
And you see,
Birmingham.
he's never been back.
Goodbye.
Please come back, Pedro, please. I'm kidding.
Run! Run like your life depends on it.
Cause it does.
Because it does!
I'm not that bad. I'm not that. See, these guys are so mean to me.
Run like it's dead by daylight. Day by daylight.
Day by
by
daylight.
The
It's
whole,
just a work
the whole
grind.
gameplay is just the sun constantly out. You never get to go to
No,
bed.
it would be the heaven version.
Oh god. You're just running from a bunch of like angels.
Be like, no, I want to go to hell.
It's just copy and paste
Take
of
me
that
to the
woman's
dead.
face. It's just a copy and paste of that woman's face on every single angel.
Yeah.
No, it's just the baby from the Teletubbies.
Oh god.
This is the sun Teletubby.
Jesus.
But
Be
yeah,
terrifying.
Unscripted.
unscripted.
Here comes the rant.
But yeah, this movie, it was definitely a whole lot more comedy, but it also played on like the horrifics of the pandemic.
Definitely satire, but mostly comedic than anything.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, how does the bubble use humor to reflect the chaos of the pandemic in the film industry? Do you think it successfully critiques the Hollywood lifestyle? I would say yes.
I would say yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was kind of processing.
Yeah.
I would say definitely yes. I think a lot of celebrities, because a bunch of celebrities nowadays are mostly actors or actresses, and I feel like during COVID we got a lot more songs released than we did like movies or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
But it was also kind of nice because like I didn't have to pay to go to the movie theater. I could just watch it on like Hulu, Netflix, HBO.
Yeah.
And it was nice because I didn't have to leave the comfort of my couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
But I think a lot of like documentaries were released during that time, and so I think that it kind of like reflected like a lot of like trueness to everything because people were going crazy inside their houses for so long. Especially like celebrities in specifics because they have to be in the public, or they don't have to be.
They don't have to be, but their identity
is in the public.
Is in the public.
Yeah.
So I think that's my opinion on it.
I can agree, honestly, especially with the fact that seeing the fact that it you weren't allowed to really leave your house is really due to it unless you were a essential worker.
Yeah.
So that basically left a lot of producers and stuff to just write and all that stuff. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an increase in books too.
There was.
And podcasts.
Fun fact.
Fun facts.
There was also a lot of audiobooks as well.
Oh yeah.
That explains Jack Black.
Yeah. Because back during the pandemic, a lot of actors and actresses had to turn to voiceover work.
Yeah.
And do all of that kind of stuff because they couldn't actually go onto a film set without getting COVID.
Yeah. Great.
So,
I think it gives them a better range of stuff that they can do because of the way they can manipulate their voices already. So it gives them a wider range, seeing the fact that you can't see them.
Yeah.
So it gives them more, like, they can be as anime as they want without having someone, like, no, you can't do that. You need to be doing this for this scene and such.
Yeah.
But they can be as animated as they want while also pertaining to the voice that they're trying to portray for that character.
Exactly. Yeah.
What?
I thought you were waiting for. I thought I cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You didn't cut me off.
I did.
You did it.
I thought I did. Whoops.
Oops.
Oopsies.
My bad. Oh my god.
Okay, so was the humor in the movie more absurd or relatable? Did it land for you, or was it too over the top?
Some scenes might be a little over the top.
Just a little, but I feel like that's the charm of it.
Yeah.
I think it was hilarious.
It's just a hilarious movie.
I think it depends on like different people's like opinions on humor.
On their humor.
On humor. Like I think if my like someone like my stepmom or something watched it, she'd be like, this movie's stupid. But then you got me that's like trying to hold back my laughter because like
my mom would say the same thing.
Yeah. I think it just depends on like the type of humor, but I feel like if you get a lot of the jokes, you're gonna laugh. Like especially like the Twilight joke. With Batman and all that. And like the what was it? Oh god, I'm trying to think of one particular scene, but I can't remember it, so it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
What?
Okay.
Sorry, I make Dylan flustered.
Honestly, you pretty much nailed it, honestly, for a while, I was gonna say.
Sorry. My bad.
But yeah, no, I think a lot of the jokes landed for me, mainly because all of the actors and actresses in this movie, like, understand my humor. Especially Pedro, because it's
just Pedro.
It's just Pedro.
It's just Pedro.
You can't take him anywhere.
I do find it funny how all the characters are basically playing themselves, though.
All of the,
Well, I don't know if Pedro does a bunch of cocaine.
Well, I'm talking about, like, they're going by their actual names in here, pretty much.
No.
Well, some of them.
Some of them, like the TikTok star, she does.
Yeah, some of the people, actors go by their actual names, while some go by just made-up names for the movie.
I remember the scene now, by the way.
Okay, talk about it.
So you know James McOvey or whatever his name?
McAvey?
Yeah, McAvey. He just runs for no reason.
Why are we running?
It's every movie I see him in. He runs, and no one would understand that unless
Except
you
for X-Men. He doesn't really run in X-Men because he plays Charles Xavier.
And
He's in a wheelchair.
I mean, put a turbo on it.
Hot Wheels.
Oh,
You set the joke up.
Yeah, I kind of did. My bad. No, but like, yeah, if you never seen any of his movies, you wouldn't understand it. But if you've watched a handful of his movies, you'd be like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah,
because he runs in every freaking movie.
He
Just
really
like-
does.
He does.
just like what's his name? Crap, his name's just left me. Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man.
His name just blanked out of my mind. I can see his face, but his name just blanked.
God, what was the actor's name? I'm trying to remember if I can even find him. Kuzkan? That played Howie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why is it that they both ran just like each other? Just like Tom Cruise?
It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
He runs exactly like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Hands basically
Hands
straight out.
and then just
I call it the salad chop,
the salad chop.
where you're just chopping down.
Pretty much. But the funny thing is, he also puts me in mind of that officer from Clyde with Chance of Meatballs.
Oh,
Because
yes.
his head doesn't move, but his
His
body does.
Oh my gosh! As soon as you said it, I knew exactly who you were talking about.
Yeah.
You said a cloudy chance of meatballs, and I was like, yeah,
I
I know,
know
exactly
who you're
what
talking
you're
about.
It's just the fact that his head doesn't move, but the rest of his body does, and he does a salad chop run.
Oh my gosh.
It's just too perfect.
It is perfect. I love it.
I agree. So, the movie features a large ensemble cast. Which performance stood out to you and why?
Gee, I wonder who it is for you. Honestly, I think Howie was funny.
Oh, yes. I
Oh,
loved
Howie was
Howie. He's
hilarious.
funny.
So I was telling them earlier, I love Leslie Mann.
Mm-hmm.
That is her real name. The actress, she played Lauren,
Yeah.
and I love her. She's such an icon, especially in the Other Woman.
Uh-huh.
And it was just so funny. I love everything that she does, and so like seeing her in this movie, I was like, oh my god, it's that one girl. I love her. So that's like her dry sense of humor. It just it cracks me up every time. I love it.
I just died laughing at when they were interacting with Pedro. Just that whole interaction was just too funny.
Yeah, I like the part like, no, I hate you.
I don't watch my own movies. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And then the Kit Kat scene. I took a Kit Kat from a mini bar, and then the next day, it's replaced. Or something like that.
I like the other one. Yeah, do you have like PayPal or Venmo or something? It's like you had a water and a Kit Kat, and that was like $26. That'd be me.
For real.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness. But yeah, which of course I only watched this movie because Pedro was in it. That's the only reason I watched this, because I got into his filmography and I was just like, I wonder what this is.
I'm about to piss off Bailey so bad.
Uh-oh.
When do you not?
To be fair, that's just a friend group in general.
It is. This is the only film I have ever seen with Pedro Pascal in it.
I figured.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen any other movie with Pedro Pascal.
I've only seen a handful, and it's because of her.
It's just because of me.
I've been wanting to watch the new Gladiator movie with him in it, and I have yet to see it.
I was just watching the first one before you watched the second one.
I've watched the first one.
You've watched the first one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
then you're
didn't
good.
watch either.
It's so good.
It is. The
Then
first
again,
movie's really good.
The movie's... I don't... To me, the first movie's really good, but I don't like the way it ended. But I'm also that person that hates when, like, the main character dies.
At the end.
So I think it's just kind of what type of person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see it. I've heard he's a really great actor, but the only other time I've ever seen him is on SNL. And that's it.
Yeah. Gotta love that man.
You gotta love him.
I just
Gotta love
find
that
it funny how he always plays a role that ends up with him dying.
Yeah, and he died in
He
this
does.
movie.
Yeah, what's it with
And then he
him
came
playing
back to
roles
life.
that die?
No, he died in the Cliff Beasts movie.
No,
he didn't die in...
He did. Remember when he overdosed?
Oh, he died.
He died.
Quote unquote
Came back.
died.
Quote unquote died.
From an overdose.
Well, I think they said he like overheated. They were just saying a bunch of
Like,
different
overheated.
stuff. Overheated from the TikTok dance, and then he overdosed, and they just kept doing random stuff to him.
Well, they
And
were
then
all high.
Yeah, and then the one thing that saved him was just stabbing him in the chest by someone that he actually loved, and he just woke up like, oh my god,
Oh my gosh,
you saved me.
Dang, it's a weird version of Sleeping Beauty.
I love you. It was just so funny. But even in this movie, he still died.
It's just
still
so
came back to life.
It's just so funny how every single movie Bailey recommends me with Pedro in it, he ends up dying at some point.
Yeah.
Freaky Tales, I think, is the only exception so far.
So far that you've seen, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I've seen that you've shown me of his filmography is Freaky Tales, which he actually stays alive the entire time.
Yes.
He comes close.
He comes close.
He comes close. To
He
just
got
blow
beat
his
up pretty
brains out.
good.
Well, I'm talking blowing his brains out.
Yeah.
So close.
So close.
Yeah, he came extremely close, but he actually managed to survive throughout the whole movie. It's just funny how every single one that she tells me about. Oh yeah, Pedro dies in this one, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's also in Game of Thrones as well.
Never
Like
seen
it-
Game of Thrones.
I haven't either.
I don't think any of us have.
I don't think any of us have.
God,
I only have the fourth. He's in the fourth season.
Oh.
He dies in that too.
Well, see, there's my point.
But doesn't everybody in Game of Thrones?
That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Unless you're
That show's
Lannister.
messed up.
I watched the
I
first
think it's the
episode.
point.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones, but I was like 13.
Oh no.
And when the very first episode is like a sex scene, so I was like, yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, no.
I haven't picked it up since. Now I'm 23, and so like I want to go back and watch it because I'm like, it's fine. It's not
It's
real.
normal.
It's fine.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Until you get hit with the Lannister love line.
Huh?
The Lannister love line, yeah.
Lannister. What is that?
Lannister is the last name
one
of
of the
one of the
families.
families.
Oh.
I only know it because the whole.
We only know a little, very little.
Yeah, I know very little. I only know the reference a little bit just because of the abridged series that are on YouTube of certain shows.
Yeah.
Only thing I know about Game of Thrones is there's a dwarf, there's a bunch of dragons, and apparently there's dire wolves, and that's because they brought back to life, and that's all I seen on Facebook. Oh my god, they brought back the dire wolves from Game of Thrones. I love it. And I'm like, what the frick is a dire wolf?
Yeah, well then
Exactly.
again, we already genetically brought them back from extinction.
We did. And we also are testing out holy mammoths, and we tested it on a hamster. That thing
Yeah,
is
can
so
we not
fluffy.
do the woolly
I
mammoth?
thought it was a rat.
No, it's a hamster.
No, it's a
Oh.
hamster.
He's so fluffy. He's so adorable. I want one.
Can we
But
not do the woolly mammoth, please?
That's the next one.
Please don't.
Can we stay away from that? Please,
What's next? They're
scientists?
gonna do the T-Rex? Yeah, we're about to do a real life Jurassic Park.
Real.
If we ain't careful.
No, we're doing a whole real life cliff beast.
Cliff
right.
beasts.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Fantastic Beasts. Let's go with that one.
Fantastic beasts.
Isn't that?
That's
Never
Harry
mind.
Potter.
I never watched Harry Potter.
I haven't until we really binge watch a bunch of. We're
I
still
have them
on.
all.
We're still on the last
You
movie,
fear on the
part
last-
1.
Yeah.
We still have yet to watch part 2 yet.
Yeah, I've seen it. She's showing us the
Oh my
hamster.
god.
He's so cute. I want one until he grows like taller than me, which is not hard, but still.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that scene from Despicable Me. It's so fluffy.
It's so fluffy!
Or that scene from, or from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh my god, I love Lilo and Stitch. That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the next one for me.
That's gonna be the next one.
It's gonna be my next one that I go watch.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it
It
comes
came
out
out
May
this-
23rd.
Yeah, this weekend.
And I get paid.
It's funny how many
Shoot.
movies are coming out on the 23rd.
For real.
I think there's what 4 or 5 coming out
Maybe?
on top of each other. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm really curious which movie's gonna come out on top.
I'm gonna be so broke.
Tell me about it. I'll buy a popcorn bucket every time I go.
Yeah, they have the Red Guardian.
Regarding Olivia
They had the Red Guardian limo popcorn
Yeah, I
bucket
know. I
back.
never did go get it. I was dog sitting at the time, so I couldn't go get it.
Oh yeah, clean up.
But
puddles.
anyway, getting back on track here.
Apologies.
So, how do the actors play exaggerated versions of themselves? Does this make the film more engaging or detract from the story?
I feel like it's more engaging, honestly.
It is.
Because it makes you invested the entire time, especially with the humor.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when,
It makes 2 hours go by really quick.
No
it
kidding.
does. Like, John Cena showing up, dude, I laughed so hard. Because, you know, he's this big, buff, burly dude, and they just put him on a freaking broomstick.
Yeah.
And he just keeps freezing up. It's so funny to me.
Can't see me. You
Can't see me.
Definitely can't see him when he falls over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree.
Just that mental image
It's
just makes me laugh.
it's all so over exaggerated, but that's just the charm of it. It just makes it so funny.
That's why I think it's basically the definition of a parody movie.
Yes,
It's so
absolutely.
I think we need more parody movies, honestly.
Yes, they're so fun. They could be so funny. But then again, copyright.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is the thing.
Well, to be fair, you don't have to have like directly opposed to it. Like take this scary movie franchise for example. That is a perfect example of
Or
it.
Spaceballs.
Or Spaceballs. They change it up so much where you can tell what it's based off of, but at the same time it's
not a
separate
carbon
thing.
It's not its carbon
Carbon copy.
carbon copy of it.
They did that with Twilight and Hunger Games, too.
They did.
It was so funny.
It's so funny. I remember the Hunger Games more than the Twilight ones.
I remember the Hunger Games because we just watched it recently and I loved it. It was so funny.
But I feel like we need more movies like this, honestly, that just basically shoot the piss.
Yes, for real. Because there's a lot of things in the industry that just needs to be, like, made fun of.
I think there's some things in the industry that they just need to stop beating.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I love Shrek.
They're beating a dead horse with that
They're
one.
beating Shrek to the point to where he's not even Shrek. I mean, look at the pictures.
Yes, he's not even
Yeah.
Shrek anymore.
He's not even Shrek.
It also doesn't make sense. The last movie is final chapters.
Yeah. So I feel like they need to leave it alone and come up with something.
Which I think they're
original.
bringing Shrek
Yeah.
back because of the Puss in Boots movies.
That's true. But at the
Especially the last one.
I like the last one.
Yes, it was so
I need to
good.
watch it still.
The Last Wish.
Yeah, I still need to watch it.
It's so
Get out.
cute.
I've seen tons of clips from it, especially some people have posted TikToks of it rendered at 4K with 60 FPS and like how smooth it is. But when you watch the actual film itself, like actual clips from it, you can see like the stutter from where it's actually animated. But when it's in that format, it's so smooth where you can't even tell where we're stopping.
Huh.
So, you know how I watched the movie Puss in
no.
Boots?
Yeah.
It was live on TikTok. So that's where I watched it. It was live
Watched
on
the
TikTok.
whole...
I watched the whole live. And I even had commentary on the bottom, which just made it so much better.
That's funny.
But I was like, I get to watch this for free.
Well, to be fair, a
Not
lot of
legal,
people
but
have been
free.
doing that. They've
Yeah.
just been
Yeah.
posting like the whole live stream, the whole movie. Even when it's in theaters, they'll take their
Yeah.
whole phone and live stream it from the theater.
I was
Yeah.
watching it when it was in the theater. But it was like, it wasn't like in the theater. It was like actual, like a,
Like the actual movie.
yeah, like the
yeah.
actual movie. It wasn't
Yeah.
like someone just putting their phone up to a projector. It
Yeah.
was like the actual movie.
Which
It was
makes
so
me
funny.
wonder how they did that.
I don't know. Probably jailbreak. Not
No,
really
I don't think
jailbreak.
They
I
would
knew
have.
that.
They would have probably like downloaded it from like a a site somewhere.
Dark web.
The dark
1, 2, 3
web.
movies.
Well, hell, even with that one, it would still be grainy.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
But I
I'd say
think
it
that's
was
what they
perfect.
did.
True.
It's because I think that's what they did. They must have downloaded it to like a computer and then they screen record their screen and then that's how they get it on TikTok through like OBS or something.
It's
That's
just
true.
so funny though, but it's like, how did they get these films that just came out literally the same exact day?
Exactly.
And it's the
just-
perfect quality too.
Which I'm gonna ask Bailey a question
Uh-oh.
now.
Uh-oh.
Bailey, how did you feel about the dance routine in this movie with the TikTok star?
Pedro cracks me up. He's it's for like the dance is just
Sound like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, there goes Muriel.
No! taught me to fight first, ask questions
See,
later.
it's like at first you find the TikTok dances cringy, but then they grow on you as you watch them do it. It grows on you, and you're just like, these are so many silly people. Such silly people.
Such silly and uncoordinated and inflexible people.
I still find it funny the fact that it's actors doing these TikTok dances, and then yet they're trying to make it as bashed as possible.
Yeah.
Like, something about actors purposely doing bad at their job is so funny to me.
I don't think they did bad.
I don't think they did bad.
No, I'm talking about the scenes where they're trying not, when they're like downplaying acting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they're like purposely messing up lines and everything.
That's true.
This gotta be like a fight for their lives. Like, I've been trying not to do this. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Try to kind of get in their head.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably messed them up next time they went to a new movie.
Yeah.
It probably messed them up.
Just like, wait, why am I doing this? I'm not supposed to be doing this on this movie. So, do you think the ensemble cast worked well together? Was there any unexpected chemistry or a standout pairing?
I think Pedro and Leslie was so funny. I'm sorry, I just do.
That's so funny.
I would agree that scene, the awkwardness between the two characters, and just it was too funny.
I also like Karen and
He's just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, and I also liked Karen and James, where she was like, we used to date. He's like, yeah, you need me back on set?
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a little snippet, but I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Harry, his character's name is Gunther, but how he was constantly like, are we not allowed to make friends with them?
Yeah.
It was too funny how he kept that bit the entire movie. And proceed, we'll give them the sweet eyes as they start hitting on you.
Yeah.
And then try doing the sweet eyes and everything.
I don't know, man. I was kind of flustered.
It was just too funny.
Gunther, what are you doing to me?
But then there's also the scene where all of them are like in the room and they're all really high and they start hallucinating.
That was so funny.
And then Gunther ends up being Benedict Cumberbatch.
He was actually in this movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He was actually in this movie.
They actually brought him onto the set to do
That's
so
funny.
funny.
They did. It was so funny.
That's
I like how they turned what's her name's Carol in the movie, but her name is Karen.
Karen.
I like how they turned her into a man.
Yeah.
She was talking about how it's hard for women positivity in the acting world.
Well, she turned into her boyfriend.
Did
Oh,
she?
God.
That's the face that she turned into was her boyfriend.
Oh,
gosh.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Keegan
Michael Key.
Yeah. I love him.
He's so funny.
I'm learning how to fly. And he's only learned how to go up. How do I go forward?
We're 8 lessons in and all you know is go up and down. I never learned how to go forward.
I never learned.
Yeah.
They only teach me to go up and down.
I just find it funny though. All he had to do was just move the stick forward.
Yeah, that's all he had to do.
YouTube video.
And looked up a YouTube video.
She's watching the cat. She's watching the monkey
get a bath.
Yeah, he's just spinning in the air while going up, and it's like, how do I go forward? And he's
What's
like
this
panicking.
This one looks pretty useful.
This looks important.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked Gus too. It's just him and what's his name? David that plays Dustin.
Yeah.
He grabs him by the testicles.
Yes.
that
was
too
so
funny.
Yeah, you wanted some of this?
He got a handful of something.
Got his
You breathing
hands
now?
full. Oh man, I love it.
I love how was it Leslie? How you could tell on her reaction also to that scene. It's like, please don't do it. Let go.
Well, because they were just getting back together.
Yeah, for real. And this was after that scene of them doing in the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cast member coming. Oh.
Hide, get down.
And this was after that scene. It's like, I wonder why she wants him to let go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the movie's characters are trapped in a bubble while making a movie. How do the personal dynamics between characters shift as the tension builds throughout the film? Not that kind of tension.
I don't know why.
There's a lot of tension.
Yeah, I don't know why. My mind went straight to The Breakfast Club. You bring a lot of people that are just completely different, and you just put them in a room together, and they all just have one mission, and that's to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
For real.
Like, they all just was like, let's work together this one time.
Yeah.
And let's do it. Because I think they said, like, a line of, like, well, guys, I hate to admit it, but no matter how much we try to stay apart from each other, we always act like a family.
We'll always be a family.
Yeah.
I know what scene you're talking about now.
Yeah. And I think that's...
Because it's Karen Gillan that says that line.
Yeah, I love her.
She's amazing. I love her. But, yeah, I think all of the characters worked well together. They played off of each other very well. It's just a really good movie.
That's true. Honestly, they did a really well done job.
They really did.
Really well done job.
Hush.
I would say our school, but how's that education going for you?
Supposed to say you have nowhere to talk.
I know I don't. We graduated from both the same places.
Yeah. I'm the oddball out.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even graduate college. So you
wanna-
guys doing better than me.
Do you want to talk about it? Don't worry, baby. I got you.
Trust me, you ain't missing out on much.
No, you're not. You're missing
Well,
out.
I did survive 2 years.
You're missing out
So
on a lot of
technically-
student debt.
Yeah, I don't have any debt. I done
Listen,
paid that off.
I swear, I got an email today. It said you're 15 days late on your payment. And I'm like, 15? I just
Wait a
paid
minute.
it.
Wait a minute. How am I 15 days late? I just paid it.
I just paid it like 15 days ago.
Probably an error in the system.
I don't think it is. I think I'm just failing. Literally.
Well, to be fair, there was a guy who an error happened on their part with the jail, and he was supposed to be sentenced for 13 years, but they never came and got him. They thought that he was in the jail the entire time.
Well,
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's a whole nother subject
That's-
we can hop
yeah.
on to. But
But the bad thing is, after that 13 years, when they went to go get him to release him, they found he wasn't there. So then they go to his house to arrest him, to put him in the jail.
secretly, he was just on house arrest.
Well, dude changed his mind, changed his life around, everything. He actually is now a owner of a construction company.
Oh, wow.
And the judge immediately saw that he turned his life around because he also is now married.
Oh, that's neat.
Man, I know you own a construction zone, but you're gonna have to learn how to repair in this jail.
Well, to be fair, he got sentenced for 13 years for stealing.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he
That
stole
is a bit
a
ridiculous.
certain amount of money, and that's
Oh,
why.
yeah, that's true.
Ah.
Once he reached a certain amount, that's when it becomes like
You're going to
kinda
jail
a
for 13
struggle.
years.
But
Stolen
when
this
the-
crunch bar.
Yeah. Well, it was over, I think, $1,000.
Hmm.
So when the judge saw that he actually did turn his life around after that 13 years, he decided to just throw it out and not let him serve that time again.
Yeah.
Because he already quietly sneaks up by the crunch bar.
Whenever I said it, I was like, man, I'm kind of hungry.
So Carol, who is played by Karen Gillan, is dealing with being both a star and a producer. How does her character evolve in the film, and how does she reflect the Hollywood experience during the pandemic?
Was she the main girl?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to think, because I don't know a lot of the actors' names. I'm just basically going off of the list.
Yeah.
But,
I'll
so...
answer my question. I'm sorry.
I think she did a good job, especially with portraying how the COVID lockdown drives you to insanity. Because you can literally see both acting-wise, but also mentally exhausted on her face.
Yes.
Well, I think that too. But she was also like, because she wasn't younger and stuff, they started taking her stuff away from her.
Yeah. And
I
giving
think-
it to the TikTok girl.
Yeah. And I remember the guy, he was like, I'm just trying to make this accurate as possible. And they're like, you got a freaking dinosaur dancing the
With
TikTok.
dance.
What do you mean accurate?
I love that scene, though.
It was so funny.
I just find it funny, because especially with the with her stepdaughter, or soon to be stepdaughter.
Not soon to be
Was it?
stepdaughter anymore.
Yeah, true. Why does the daughter look like she's being held at gunpoint? And then there's just the boy. Your Daddy said you left us for dead.
Yeah.
I like at the end. Who's Carol?
Yeah.
Who?
She's just not over the breakup yet.
You're in my house.
What breakup?
Oh, man. So the plot of The Bubble is centered around making a film during the pandemic. Do you think it nails the concept, or does it feel too predictable?
I think all we've talked about this whole time is how accurate it is.
Yeah.
For real.
For sure.
I think it's more than accurate, and I think there's I know this sounds controversial, but I think there's some scenes that are actually truthful. Like, I do feel like a lot of people did pick up drug habits.
Oh,
when they were
yeah,
in
for
COVID.
sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially seeing the fact that it is famous people, so they do have a lot more connections for that stuff too.
Yeah.
So it allows them to pick up that habit way too easily.
Yeah, and I think, I know that's a little controversial and a little hard to talk about, but
Yeah,
I
it
definitely
is.
think that a lot of people did, and I
Yeah.
think, you have to think about it too. It's harder to catch them because they're in their households.
Right.
They're not leaving. They're not doing anything.
They're not doing anything. I mean, they're doing it in their own house, so I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really
Granted-
catch them doing it.
Granted, depending on the state, it's illegal to have it in your possession. But at the same time, are the officers really going to come and arrest you when you're on your own home doing it, not
Yeah.
going out in public? I mean, it's not like you're walking around.
Not unless they have a
city.
search warrant for some reason to come
Yeah.
to your house, and then they find it.
Yeah, it's not like they're
Yeah.
like.
It's not like they're gonna
drunk.
randomly get a search warrant to come search your house.
Yeah.
Get some cocaine on Amazon Prime.
Oh
First day delivery.
It's like they're not.
Actually
drunk.
gets here 15 weeks later.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Died
they're
to
not
me.
walking around the city and everything intoxicated with alcohol or anything. Just learn the words, just walking across the road without any care in the world and
Well,
everything.
I also think it's a little bit harder for people to be able to tell because they are wearing masks.
Yeah.
And I know in some places you had to wear a mask and a face shield.
Mm.
And so you really can't. I've had to wear a face shield, and you can't really see people's eyes. So if they're just walking down the street, you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mostly can tell when people are on drugs by their eyes.
Yeah.
Or the way that
They're
they're.
bloodshot.
Yeah. Or the way that they're some people's face will be limping because they're all
Yeah.
this stuff, but you can't tell.
Mhm.
You never can tell. And I think it's a hard truth, but I think it's a truth that I enjoyed that they incorporated in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a good call out for what everyone was dealing with, including celebrities like these.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though, yes, they're celebrities, but they're still human at the end of the day.
Right.
They pick up habits that they can't break.
Right. And I get they were trying to make it lighthearted in that
Yeah.
scene it's
Because this is really dark subject to talk about, so you
Yeah.
kind of have to put humor in there to kind of balance that out.
yeah. But it's just my personal feeling about it. But no, I think it definitely did. I enjoyed that they incorporated a lot of stuff
Mm-hmm.
during this.
I agree.
Especially since this is before... This movie was made before the, behind the...
It's in 2022. When this movie was made.
I'm trying to think of that.
Well, it would have been 21, then it come out in 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was made before that documentary about Nickelodeon that
Yeah.
came out on
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
About all of the stuff that went on while in the early 2000s.
yeah.
Right.
So
was-
this is all a hard topic to talk about and
Yeah.
everything. Especially for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have no clue what happens behind the scenes as audience members. So we have no clue what all of the actors are dealing with or putting up with.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You don't see what's behind the bubble.
Yeah. Until the bubble got popped.
Some people's bubbles got popped.
I was thinking of that one scene in SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah. So, what do you think the film's legacy will be? Is it going to be remembered as a time capsule of the pandemic's effect on Hollywood, or is it more of a throwaway comedy?
I hate to say it, I think it's more of a throwaway comedy, personally, because a lot of people's not heard of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No.
it's only been released on Netflix, and
Yeah.
Netflix was releasing a lot
Yeah.
during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, if it starts getting mentioned more, I think it definitely could. But I also feel like it's a little too lighthearted and too comedic for people to take it seriously.
Yeah.
So I think they would use it as, like,
There is
kind
a
of
lot of
throwaway.
humor in it. Yeah.
Granted, you won't really notice a lot of it unless you on your second watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're focused so mainly on, like, the humor and everything. On the second watch is when you start noticing more that you didn't the first time.
Yeah. I mean, that goes for any movie. You watch it the first time, you're only taking in what you see on the surface. And then as you watch it more, you start to see more in-depth stuff that you didn't pick up on your first time.
But then again, that's also if you're actively trying to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff basically throws it in your face immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hiding whatsoever. It's blatant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you're going to think it's comedic, but at the same time, there's a lot of this cannot be comedic.
Yeah.
But they do it in a way that it can be.
Yeah. I will say this, when you pointed out, like, things, like, not seeing things for the first time until the second time. Now, when I was watching the ending of the movie, when they were in the airplane, and Pedro Pascal and that one girl kissed, I'm sorry, Bailey, and when they kissed, I was watching when they zoomed back to the front. I looked in the background, they were kissing, and then it went back to them still kissing, and then it came back out, and they were just sitting there, staring at the front. Like, not doing anything, not, like, taking it in or anything like that. And then they go back to them being, like, kind of, like, romantic again. It's like, literally, they're just sitting there like, alright, that part was over. I was like, that's funny.
Where's the cut?
Yeah, like, which, of course, it was, like, still part of the scene, because they were talking about the airplane, but they weren't focused on the people on the back, so they didn't think about, like, pretending to still kiss anymore or anything like that. So.
But there's a lot of scenes that were like that, like you were mentioning when they were all gathered there in there, and specifically Pedro. Pedro, you need to up your game a little bit, okay, homie? Listen, so it's like he had his leg up and he had one drink in his hand one scene, and then the next scene he had his feet down and he had 2 drinks in his hand with his sunglasses on. It's like, when did that happen?
And then it goes back and he's got his leg
he's
back
got it
up,
up
and
with
one
just
glass
one
in his hand.
and with no sunglasses on.
Like, the sunglasses are not even, I don't even think they're.
Yeah, they're not there.
Yeah.
They were gone.
I don't know if they were on top of his head or
He's a
if they were
magician.
in. He's a magician, yeah.
Magic Pedro?
The magical
Madre?
Pedro.
Magic Pascal.
Oh man, it's
To be
so...
fair, with that one waitress or one staff member, he probably was magical.
You know what's funny to me?
What?
I think during this time, how old was Pedro? This was like what? This movie's 2022. It's 2025. So
He turned 50 this year.
Yeah, he just turned 50 this year. That actress was 27.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I love it. Get it, I guess. If you can,
Which,
you can.
but that happens a lot in movies where actresses are like way younger than the male actors.
I mean, look at the Karate Kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he still looks young. I'm
He
jealous.
does. Ralph Macchio looks good.
He looks
I've
great.
seen the man in person. He looks amazing.
I know. I can't say that. They're gonna know immediately. I was gonna say,
You can tell me later.
I'll tell you later. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry, boo boo. I got you.
But no, yeah.
This is why you can't put us in a room.
You
We
can't
all
put the
share
three of
one-
it-
We don't even share a brain cell.
No.
No.
I was saying
Not
that-
even half a brain cell.
Yeah, we just like we said
We're
earlier.
the Three Stooges.
Yeah, and this is what makes it even better is the fact that this is unscripted entirely.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So you basically get the raw,
Raw.
of emotion of us being stupid at times.
Yes.
This is literally how we do this. Just like sitting in someone's room and we're just like,
Digging at each other.
yeah, digging at each other, making stupid comments. Like my fiance, he'd be like, you know, I got you a pebble because we were taught we love penguins, and he's like, I got you a pebble. I'm like, yes, babe, I know. That's why you're my fiance. I know. He's like, you know, penguins, like, when they give a pebble, it's like they're mate for life. And I'm like, yep, I know. Yeah. Mhm. Can we not?
Can we not do this?
And he's like, I love you, my little penguin. I'm like, I love you too. Thank you for the pebble. It needs to be resized. Get on it, honey.
So, what did you think of the ending of The Bubble? Was it satisfying, or did it leave you wanting more?
It was funny.
It was very funny.
It was funny. It was like they didn't even care about the actual cliff beast. They just wanted to do like.
They just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like the very ending where
the red carpet.
Yeah, that scene where they just did the red carpet. They didn't even care about the actual like cliff beast movie.
No, because they just made a documentary of how much of a crap show it was to be on the set.
It was kind of like a movie within a movie.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Just to get asked, hey, you gonna make another one?
No, and then the dude's like, oh, I have this lovely film idea about Skittles.
I like the, oh god, what's his name? The, Keegan?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah, I like how you say his full name. Keegan-Michael Key.
She's gotta say it all in one breath.
She does. You can't just say Keegan. It's like, oh, no, man, you gotta say Keegan-Michael Key. You don't know him like that. You can't just say Keegan, man.
You just can't.
Honestly, he just gives me Chef vibes from South Park.
He just gives me A.A. Ron vibes.
A.A. Ron.
A.A. Ron. But no, I love where he was like, cause you know he got addicted to cocaine. I like how he's like, yeah, I went to rehab for like 2 days, and then I went out, and he's like still talking fast, like the same time he was on cocaine.
Yeah.
And he's still talking that fast, and I'm like, bless him. Such a Southern thing to say. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
But like that's literally the first thing I said. I was like, bless him. I feel so bad for him. Go to rehab, buddy.
Go to rehab,
Get it
buddy.
together.
Get your life in order.
Get it back in order.
Go back to
now.
Harmony Ignite.
Take some espresso.
Go back to Scientology. The thing that he didn't even write the book.
It was just a collection of different poems and stuff, is what he said.
No, it was
no. So he didn't write it.
He didn't.
He had other people write it, and he said he wrote it.
Yeah, he said the first time he read it is when he was reading, like for the
For the audiobook.
For the audiobook. He said that was the first time he read it. He didn't even know.
Yeah, he didn't even know what was in the book until he read it for the audiobook.
Like he just was like, I had someone write it for me, man. I didn't even know what it said until I read the audiobook. He's like, even then it was crap. I hated it.
At least he admits it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, even I didn't believe that stuff.
Oh, man. So, did the conclusion tie up the characters' personal stories in a meaningful way, or was it just a fun, chaotic finale?
Like a mixture of both.
Yeah. That's
definitely a mixture of both. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I think it brought it to an end to where it's really funny. You kind of forget about what's his name, Scott.
Yeah.
The guy that was recording. You kind of forget about him. And
Yeah.
then he's just
yeah.
and then he's
then
just like,
he just made a movie out of
the chaos.
the chaos.
Yeah. And just made a movie out of it, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Because you were just kind of were like, oh, he's just an extra, but like, he wasn't. But he was.
He was just the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah, he's just the behind the scenes guy.
You feel like the paparazzi with how much he was shoving the camera in their faces.
Well, but if you listen to what the man told him to do, it was like, be a fly on the wall, but be up their butt.
You're making a lot of noise for a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
What's he trying to do? Get under my effing skin?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a director, right? No, of course not.
That's why I don't think while I'm talking to you. I love how he just throws that subtle jab at him.
Oh my goodness. So, to kind of wrap things up here, would you recommend The Bubble to someone looking for a fun, lighthearted watch, or do you think it's only for a specific audience?
No, I'm gonna gatekeep it.
No.
Kids.
Whoa! As you say on the podcast. I'm gonna gatekeep it, tells everybody.
Exactly. That's what gatekeeping is, right?
Oh, yeah,
You complain about people getting into it, but then you proceed to tell people about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that education's really working. No, I think...
Well, no, let's face it, that's just every single gatekeeper.
That's true.
True. I think I would recommend it to people, but I think that I would have to recommend it to, like, specific type of people.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't recommend it to my stepmom, because I don't think she'd find it funny. I'd recommend it to my dad, and he would make her watch it, and he would love it, I think.
Yeah, I
Or
think my
could-
dad would like it too.
Yeah, like I think like if I recommended it to my mom, she would cut it off in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, so would my mom.
Yeah.
She would not like the cussing that's in it.
No.
She's very religious mom.
Yeah,
I was like, Dad would probably turn on, but Mom would definitely watch it.
I think your dad would watch it.
I
I
don't
think
know.
both your mom
This is
and dad would
I think
watch
both
it.
of them would sit down. I think Trey would be like, "Can we turn this off?"
Yeah.
I can see Trey doing that. I don't know about Dad. Dad's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, he likes a lot of like the old timey movies that are just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But I think he
Dumb
might
and
like
Dumber.
this. I think
It depends on the type of dumb.
I think he would need to catch up with a bunch of like real time things right now. Like I love him to death, but I
He
think
needs
like
to
he
get
wouldn't
up
understand.
there.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't understand like the running scene or
Yeah.
like the Twilight joke
Yeah.
about Batman and all that. I don't think he would understand it. I think he would just be like,
To be
okay.
fair, he's watched most of the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, so he would
Yeah.
understand.
He knows Tom Cruise
well,
well.
that wasn't Tom Cruise. That was James.
Yeah, it was James McAvoy that
Oh.
did the running, not
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Get it together,
he runs,
Dylan.
he runs like Tom Cruise.
As well, to be
Yeah.
fair, with Tom Cruise also running in the new Mission Impossible, it looks exactly the same.
It does.
And seeing the fact that it's been promoted many times, just that running scene alone. And besides, he's also me and him both have watched Top Gun, the original, and Maverick, because he actually wanted to go see Maverick when it came out, and I enjoyed both of them.
I enjoyed Top Gun.
Hmm?
I liked it a lot.
I
I still
love-
have yet to watch Maverick, but I have seen one too many volleyball scenes where I kind of do want to watch it.
It's a good movie, and maybe that's the next episode.
I haven't seen either of them, so.
Wait,
They're
what?
so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them.
They're so good.
Yeah,
They're so
well,
good.
they're really good movies, especially the fact that the Maverick actually uses real life jets. So
I
they're
They
think
did in
he-
the first one too, did they not?
I think so. Yeah.
They may have.
I think
Because I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise learned how to fly one of those.
He did.
And
He may
they
have.
actually filmed in the planes.
they
Because
did.
I know the second movie, that was the biggest sell point, was the fact that they were using real jets for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it makes you think, wait, was the first one not using real jets then?
I'm pretty sure they were.
I
But
think
then
they
again, he's done
were.
so many movies with jets.
That's true. But he likes to do stunts. Honestly, Tom Cruise should have been a stuntman.
He's
He's his own
stunt
stuntman.
double.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love Tom. I can't say I love Tom Cruise. I don't know.
Eh,
I
He's kind of 50-50. I've never really watched him in anything, so.
I haven't either. I know the Mission Impossibles are like iconic, and I get it. But I'm one of those people. I can't just start in the middle. I have to start in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me to find the beginning of that movie is
Yeah.
like so hard without
Yeah.
having
Yeah,
to
good
spend
Or
like
the beginning
so
of
much
the whole mission series.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's the whole reason why I can't get into Star Wars either, because like I have to watch it in order, and
Which is not a bad thing.
Mhm.
yeah, but I'll be damned if I have Jason mansplain.
You can come watch it with
Mansplain.
me.
I'll come watch it with my Bailey Boo Bear.
But then again, I think the bad thing is, I'm going to point out, because I feel like it gets to that point. Mission Impossible is getting to a point where it's the Fast and Furious treatment.
Beating a dead horse.
Pretty much.
It's getting impossible to watch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Too bad we ain't got the sound effects.
but
we do need to find the sound figure out
yeah,
the
we need to
soundboard
figure
for
out
that.
the soundboard.
Just for that specifically.
But
Because I know Bailey wants to do a crap ton of dad jokes or puns.
it's so punny.
That's why
Because she
we're
always
best
irritates me
friends.
when it comes to puns.
Didn't.
But I feel like the Mission Impossible series is getting to a point where it's basically Fast and Furious.
It is.
Fast and Furious definitely should have ended
Which then
long
again,
ago.
they haven't made one in a while.
They're already at 10.
Yeah.
They're at 10.
I
They
think-
just made a new one not too long ago.
Yeah.
They
so-
making 11?
Yeah. So it's like they need to stop at this point.
Please.
The franchise is dead.
No.
Family is almost beaten to death.
That's
For
what
real.
they should have a spin-off for. The Fat and the Furious.
There you go. With Gabriel Iglesias as the main character.
Oh my god, I love Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh my
Put my man, put him in the, what was it, a bug?
Yeah.
Put him in a bug, let him fart, let that thing go on turbo, let me see it happen right now. Ahora.
Martin!
Martin!
But it's like,
I never seen a car expand before.
So That's all for today's episode of Popcorn Unscripted.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PopUnscripted, then Popcorn Cinema on Facebook.
And let us know your thoughts or any suggestions for future episodes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out any future episodes. We upload every Wednesday and Saturday.
If you'd like to send us a message or subscribe for bonus content, check out the links in the description.
Your support means a lot and helps keep the conversation going.
If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to leave us a review. It helps us out a ton, and we love hearing your thoughts.
Until next time, keep your popcorn close
And your movie critiques closer.
Thanks for listening to Popcorn Unscripted.